Football with friends is fun as hell. My name is Alex Dunlap here with Cody Carpentier on a big Friday, a Final Takes Friday. So pumped to be here with you guys for a quick 30-minute edition of the show. We have Texas women's basketball to watch here at 6 p.m. Central versus South Carolina. And we know that last time we did a show when that was happening, no one watched the live show. So we're gonna get this we're gonna get this thing going early with the Final Takes. You guys all know the rules. We're gonna be talking Texas football, recruiting, NFL draft, NFL, whatever else that we have on our minds here. And you guys can vote here on YouTube for the winner. And of course, most of you will be watching back later on. And so you guys will know what happened with the women's basketball game, but let's hope for the best there. Cody, any quick takes on what you think about that? Or do you have any final takes, questions about the women's hoops team?
Give me score.
Man, I wish I knew what the scores had been in the other ones. Let me see. Texas women's basketball schedule. Do you have a score prediction while I'm looking it up?
66 50, 66 62, 64 45, and
50 67.
Yep.
Texas is going to win 61 to 59.
South Carolina is going to win 60 to 59.
All right, fair enough. I think I've already won final takes. Is the voting already up? Remember who told you that Texas is going to win in this thing whenever you make.
Not betting against Don Staley.
All right, let's see. So we made the thumbnail about practice. How about this? I thought this would be a good one. So, all right, if somebody was in jail and you only had 20 seconds on the phone, like on the jail phone, to fill them in on the most important notes from spring football so far, what would you tell them? And I can start a clock for you if you want. I don't have my stopwatch on me here, but I think I have one on my phone.
You do.
Where is that? Oh, here it is. Got it. All right. So stopwatch.
Bring.
You have 20 seconds to tell your degenerate friend in jail what's going on with the Texas Longhorns, and you have to hit all the most important notes starting right now.
Hey man, practice 2 weeks down, a lot of big stuff. So far, Parker Livingstone, wide receiver 2. You look on the offense, Arch Manning is Arch Manning, and get this, Christian Clark is back and he's healthy. They've had a lot of injuries, but
there's been a lot of injuries, all this stuff.
But
no, you're done. Your friend didn't really get much.
I said I know
the first 8 seconds.
I burnt like 10 seconds. At the end, I said there's been a lot of injuries, but so hopefully he got the vibe that but means they're not serious.
No, he didn't get it. He's just gonna be toiling away trying to trade cigarettes for information from people about what they
All right.
learn. Arch Manning is Arch Manning, dude. He looks like he's the definite leader of the team. There have been some injuries. There's stuff going on with Ryan Wingo and DeAndre Moore. It's not to be worried about. The defense looks good. The defensive line, they're all new guys, but I think they're going to be fine. The secondary looks like it's going to continue to be really good. It's interesting to see Christian Clark is back healthy.
Well, you didn't say, like, you said 4 names the whole time.
Yeah, but I talked about the defensive line, the secondary both looking good. It's not going to be a problem.
My brain went to new information. I wanted to let them know new information, not like, hey, the team's good.
Well, they're good.
So vote for Cody because I want
to give your friend in jail good news.
Not.
And then bring him up to okay. What's your next one?
All right. Speaking of which, Christian Clark. What the heck is going on with Christian Clark?
I don't know. Does this guy have a bionic Achilles?
Look at this.
What is going on?
Number 6. Look what drill he's getting ready to do.
Oh, what is that one? I know what it is. What is that called though? The starfish drill?
So let me let's see here. Let me share the screen. So that's
not an easy drill on the old Achilles.
Exactly. So I love these videos that the school's been dropping. They've been doing like a 30 to 60 second montage like every night, it feels like. Can you see this?
Yeah.
All right. So if you watch this, you can watch it in slow-mo.
Turn off the sound.
I'm not playing it.
Okay.
What you can do is you can go through here and you can see like there's Harold Canoe,
Yeah.
Hero Canoe. I think it's called Harold. And then there's also Myron Charles 44. All right. Then we get here 13. Then look at this is the running back drill. And this is the first thing I noticed when I watched this video last night. So there's Trey Wisner, and look who's walking up there to go.
Oh, right behind him. So Gibson's behind Clark.
And
Huh.
Clark's got nothing on the ankles. He's not limping. He's just, and you know exactly what he's getting ready to go do right there.
Well, here's the thing.
I go,
he was going through that drill, which put like you could tell because that's where not only are you up on the mechanism where what is it, Cody? Whenever they say in weightlifting, it's like the mechanism that you fire through for that movement or whatever.
That's
Like
the
whenever
Achilles.
you're on when you're on that toe, that's the definition of a
Load bearing.
it's like a calf raise, right?
Yeah, it's a
And
load bearing workout. Generally, when you're doing like, if anybody remembers, like when Cam Akers was going through his Achilles recovery, it was like he would post like every day for like 2 months, but it was never load bearing where you were making that flexion. I think it's like plantar flexion where you're on your toe, like you're saying, and you're pressing off. That workout right there.
not just pressing off, but you're having to move laterally over the bag to the next step, right? And so it's like that's even more where you're having to fire through that whatever that mechanism or whatever.
That tells me
He's healthy.
he's done. He's
Not even he's not wearing any kind of green no contact. He's not, you know what I mean? That was a full pads practice right there. Where he's going through all those drills.
So that only verifies the report that we had in the worm last night. So August 14th, it announced Tuesday that freshman Christian Clark tore his Achilles tendon in practice and will require surgery. That was August 14th. That was reported. So let's see here. Weeks since August 14th. 8 months.
Exactly. Wow. No.
14th. 33 weeks. I want months. 7 months. Is that right?
Coming up on 7.
Yep.
No. August 14th to September 14th to October 14th to November 14th to December 14th to January 14th.
7.6. 33 weeks, 7.6 months. I don't know why the internet couldn't just give me an answer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we just get so mad these days at these robots that can tell us things in 1 minute that take me all this time to.
So, 33 weeks, and he's doing that drill. 7.5 months.
That kid worked his tail off. Are you kidding
me?
It's got to be this is some kind of genetics too. And then Anwar had the reporting yesterday that he looks like the best running back according to one of his sources. Is there a chance he could start?
I mean, I don't know if he starts just because it's Ohio State and Wisner proved who Wisner was. I don't know if he starts week 1. I would definitely still. I would.
No, do you think he could start by the end of the season?
Of course, 100%.
He's got a lot of talent.
100. I mean, dude, that would be a. If you would have asked me the day before camp, like, hey, what's your expectations for Christian Clark this year? I would have said, yeah, man, I just want him to take it easy. And,
yeah, we'll see.
We can get him back.
Yeah.
And you can get him some reps at some point in the season. If a game goes sideways and you are up by 40 and you can get him some reps late in the season just to get him some game reps, I would have been ecstatic.
Yeah. No.
This is a whole different conversation right here.
All right, let's see. Let's get to the next one here. Thanks again to Texas Beef Traders for always being such a great sponsor for us here. It's an abbreviated show, but you guys know the drill, man. With Texas Beef Traders, make sure and go see them and get your 10% off for your healthy beef. I might head over there after the show since we're getting done with 6. I'm being serious. Like I know Darren's gonna have the game on, and like I'd kind of like to go up there and eat. So I'm
jealous, dude. I'm so jealous. That's so.
It's a very nice amenity if you live in the Lake Travis area, just to be able to go to Texas Beef Traders. All right. My next question here. Sark and his wife just had a baby, so congrats to them. What are the percentage chances that Sark will still be at Texas when the kid is old enough to play college football?
0%.
It's got to be at least. I mean, it's high. It can't be 0. You
It's 0.
can't. Well, how long was Mac at Texas?
The kid was born this week.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't Mac at Texas for at least that long?
Brother. I mean, how old Sark? Sark is 52?
Oh, I thought Sark was more like in
51.
his,
So he'd be 70 when this kid would be walking on the campus.
not 70. He'd be
He's 51.
He'd be yeah. Well, all right. So close to 70.
69, 70.
Well, that's. I mean, so what? A bunch of coaches are that old.
Sark does not strike me as a guy that's going to be coaching at 70.
It's not a 0% chance, dude. Max
It's
started
0% because
Max
if he's
started at
coaching, he'll be in the
Texas
NFL.
Max started at Texas in 1998, and he went until 20. When did was it 2014? Whenever Charlie came. So that's. I mean,
Mac was at Texas for 16 years, 98 to 2013.
okay. So we're just talking about going 2 years longer than Mac.
No, he's already been here how long?
Oh, right. He's in his fourth season.
So that's 22
No,
years.
Coming in. No, he's had 4 seasons. He's coming into his 5th.
So 23 seasons. It's a long time, brother.
Not a 0%. It's a 1%er.
0. He's going to be retired by then.
How can you say it's 0?
0.
I think it's closer to. I think it's like 0. You can't say. Just say 0.001.
No chance.
All right.
You know why? Because I think he'll want the kid to go somewhere else. I think he'll want to go watch.
Yeah, probably so. He's already had one kid come through and be part of his program. He probably doesn't need to do that again.
Which is also kind of wild. Like, as being someone who's, gosh, what am I, 12? I'm 13 years older than my brother. That's a pretty big gap.
I have my big sister is 14 years older than me.
There you go. And that's your biggest.
I mean, it's definitely like that. I mean, by the time, she was always more like a, she would just take care of me and my little sister. It was like she was almost like halfway a mom, sort of to us. All right. What is the next question?
All right, I'll go to. I think we both have one for the NFL. Where the hell they go? Yours is different than mine, so I'm gonna ask mine first. Quarterback pro days are a wrap.
I saw that you had it, so I just erased mine. Yeah.
The reports are meh so far. Has Dart overtaken him?
You think he looked meh?
I didn't watch
the whole thing.
The reports were meh. Has Dart overtaken him?
No. I thought Shedeur looked good today.
I didn't watch it.
I'm not gonna let that cloud my judgment and like go against everything that the process has told me this far, and that's that so many teams consider this guy
You were a Dart guy coming in too.
2nd round pick. I was begging. I was like, Jackson Dart, man, give me a reason at the Senior Bowl. Just give me something I can hold on to here. And then I'm just like, well, I didn't get it there. I'm like, come on, at the combine, just give me something. And I just haven't gotten it. And then then I let the legitimate concerns just stick there with me in my mind about is the Ole Miss offense just kind of college Mickey Mouse, like, I don't know. So I don't think so. I think Shedeur goes ahead of Jackson Dart. All right. Firing through these today. How about we go with this one just because it's just right here at the top, and this is on my mind because I had it last night. Does it make me a communist that I'm starting to kind of like cauliflower crust pizza? It's actually kind of good.
You know what I had? You know what?
I think that they've made like scientific discoveries here to make it actually taste more like good.
I'll go with you. I'll say this is fair. I'll say this is fair game. You're good. You're good for this because you know what I made last week was I basically made a crustless pizza. It was there's no similar to this, right? It's no wheat, no carbs, right?
Mhm.
I made one that was cheese. I sprinkled cheese down on parchment paper and I covered it in onions and then oil, and that was the base. And then I put Texas Beef Traders meat on top of it, and then I put it in the oven. And the crust was cheese and onion, and that was honestly pretty fantastic. And I had beets last night, something I've always hated my whole life. I like the beets. Cauliflower, I'll give you cauliflower because I've done two maniacal things this week that I generally wouldn't do.
Beets are
I'll give you
good.
the cauliflower.
The one thing that'll worry you with beets is um, whenever the beets get eliminated from your body in the various ways, it certainly colors them and makes you think that you might have a little bit of
It
blood.
was a little stinky today too.
Might might have a little bit of blood, but it's just beets. All right, what is your next one?
All right. I think you might have put this in last week, but what CFP team from 2024 are you 100% sure will not make it back in 2025?
Ooh, that's a good question. The 2024. See, let me make sure.
You got Penn State,
Boise.
Penn State.
Boise.
I thought we were going with the Final Four teams.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I guess I should have clarified this. You typed this question in last week. I inferred it being the Final Four teams. Maybe it's my ignorance forgetting it was a 12-team bracket, but
yeah,
let's just go with the Final Four. Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas. Which one's not making it back to the Final Four?
Penn State.
Even with Drew Aller coming back, that roster looks nice.
I don't know. I mean, they're losing their best player on defense and stuff, and I don't know.
I'll go Notre Dame just to be.
I sometimes wonder what would have happened if Texas would have actually hired James Franklin instead of Charlie Strong. Do you think that they would be? Do you think that
where would Sark be?
I don't know. It's like, well, yeah, it's like the butterfly flaps its wings over in Africa or whatever, and the whole world changed. It's like
you have to.
It wouldn't have, like, Sark wouldn't have been available because there was Charlie Strong, and then there was Herman, and Herman gets fired, and then Sark, like, things just wouldn't have lined up that
Sark
way.
probably takes some like not quite high end job, and Franklin's probably good enough at Texas where he keeps the Texas job throughout this whole gap.
You think he would have kept it? Do you think he would have been in his 11th year at Texas right now?
I can't promise that, but what I can say is based on what he's done at Penn State, I feel like at Texas and the NIL era coming into it, I feel like he would have been in a good enough spot. He probably would have been fine. So you would have lost out on the chance to get Sark. Sark probably ends up, I don't even know where I really would have said he would have went. Even if Sark would have been the guy that was at Penn State, he would have left Penn State to go to Bama this last year. So he'd be at Bama today. That'd be my take.
Well, Sark would have probably turned out okay either way, I'll bet. Okay. My final takes here. How does the voting look so far? God, we're having to really breeze through this thing.
It's good. It's a quickie.
Do you think it's fair that you're getting canceled on X for saying Ashton Genty is closer to Rashad Penny than Saquon Barkley? Can
I just clarify that? And it doesn't really matter because the Texas fans are like, what the hell does this even mean? But clarification between you and I for more. I don't know if you listened to. Did you listen to the show at all?
No.
Okay, so basically, Matt said this show, or he said this 2025 class is much closer to the 2018 draft class for running back than it is the 2017 class. And I said, and he's like, because Genty's like Saquon and nobody's close to him. And I said, wrong. I said, no, from a prospect standpoint, Genty's closer to Penny as a prospect than he is Saquon. Saquon is a ridiculous generational talent. Genty's really, really, really freaking good, but he's not Saquon. And you remember Rashad Penny was disgusting, and he also came from the Mountain West, and he was he was actually a better athlete than Genty. He ran a 4.4 flat at 220 pounds, 5'11", 6 foot tall, over 2,000 yards, 25 touchdowns.
Similar play styles too.
And again, Penny is not the comp. This is the thing. Everyone on X is like,
I think he's closer.
Penny's a terrible comp. You can't comp. I'm like, that's not my comp. It's me just being combative, and I'm totally fine with how this tweet came out. I love getting in the comments and telling people they're, tools and stuff. And I also don't mind taking it. It gives me a little bit of that, it gets the juices flowing a little bit, which I like. But it's like people take it. They're like, he said he's the comp. Like he said that this Genty sucks. I'm like, well, Genty's my RB1. Genty's running back 3 in Dynasty behind Jameer and Bijan Robinson. Like he's the 3rd best running back in the sport. I didn't comp him to Rashad Penny. All I said was he's
not the 3rd best running back in the sport, but you're saying as an asset that you can hold in a league forever since he's so young. It's like
correct.
Saquon's older, Derrick Henry's older, right? But I understand what you mean.
Taking age into account, I'm just saying, like, and again, that's the thing that I think is funny is that, like, it's a clip and it gets cut up, and all they say is basically that it just sounds basically like I'm saying like Genty's more Penn. And Penn, the funny
It makes it seem like you're going to say he's going to be a bust and overdrafted the same way.
And the best part about the whole thing is I'm talking about it from a perspective standpoint, and you have the recency bias of Saquon just going all world nuclear and winning a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and you have Rashad Penny who got injured and just blew apart as a first round bust at the running back position. But as prospects, like, people forget Penny was a first round pick. People forget how sick Penny was. Even in fantasy football circles, dude, Penny was a nuisance because he would get onto a roster and go for like $140. And you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Because he get hurt the next week. So it's like, I just think it's awesome. It's funny that it happens, but yeah, I don't know. What'd you think when you listened to it?
I didn't listen. I just got sent.
You didn't even listen to the minute clip?
I didn't know there was a clip. I just saw that there was a image.
Hold up. So you're just as good as the commenters. You just read the damn thing and you're like, I'm gonna put this in here because you. Yeah. Oh my God, Alex! Well, that's maybe the best part is that
I didn't know there was a clip. It's like Matt sent me a tweet. It's like there was no clip in the tweet. Maybe there was a different thing where they just put out an image.
The tweet was a clip, but that's funny though because I think people do that though. I think they read the tweet where it says like, Ashton Genty's closer to Rashad Penny than Saquon Barkley, quoted by Cody, and then they just reply. They don't even listen to the video and like get any context under it. Where if you listen to the video, Matt goes, "You think he's better? You think he's closer to Penny than?" And then I explain it, but nobody ever listens to the explanation. Art of social media.
It looks like I have 2 more final takes. You have 1 more. Do you want me to toss 1 more in here and then
toss one in?
All right, let's see. So I'll remove this one from the list.
Voting is 12 votes. Shout out to 12 votes on a.
There's almost 400 people watching.
A tight Friday.
Okay.
58-42 so far.
Joe Milton getting traded to the Cowboys. Does that mean that Quinn Ewers will be off the table for them now officially?
Yeah.
It's just there's no reason.
Too early. If they go, they'll probably go like the 5th or 6th round. Someone's going to get jobbed in that whole thing, but maybe they don't even go quarterback, period.
I mean, why do you trade a 5th round pick for Milton if you're going to take a quarterback? It's like they're
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love the move, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
this is peak. Like, if I told you today, Alex, that in 6 months, Dak Prescott goes down with blank injury, Joe Milton walks in.
It's a lot better feeling than Trey Lance based on what we saw in that Week 18 game.
I didn't even finish the sentence. Joe Milton walks in and Wally Pips the hell out of Dak Prescott.
Well.
100%. Tell me you wouldn't believe that if you knew CeeDee Lamb was on that offense and you had like a Golden or a Ted McMillan on the opposite side.
I've always said, Bazooka Joe's got the best arm you've said. Just that you can ask for. It's just like the guy. He just kind of stinks. But then you see him you see him in the NFL, and you're like, well, this guy. This dude is like, he did come into the NFL he was like 25 when he got into the NFL. It's like maybe he's one of these guys that just took him a while to mature, and I don't know. I think it was a good deal. I think it was a good pickup for the Cowboys too. All right. What is your next one?
All right. My last one is the Brendan Baker, Andre Kojo competition over? Because Anwar had a report last night in the War Room that would say it's not.
For right tackle.
Correct.
I'll tell you this. First off, yes, it's over. I think Brandon Baker is going to be the starter. Okay. But you can't signify that, or you can't telegraph that to Andre Kojo, especially not this spring, because Kojo's good. And the fact that there is something of a maybe it's not over, but look, if it turns out that it's not over, I think that's kind of disappointing for what's happened with Brandon Baker's development. Guy comes in as a 5-star stud tackle and stuff, and on the other side of that coin, you can say, well, what is it? Isn't it good that Kojo's good too? I'm like, yeah, that's good too. So there's kind of, there's two sides to the coin there, but I do think Brandon Baker will end up winning that job. If two guys are that close, I think the philosophy should always be go with the younger player, go with the player with the better talent overall, the better pedigree and recruiting profile, the one that you're having to pay like a starter right now anyway. So I think he'll win it, but I don't think the competition's over because I think you got to keep Kojo out of that portal. He doesn't want to be recruited over by a guy that's going to be here the whole time he's here.
Agreed.
So that would be my answer there. All right, finally. No one who's watching this is going to watch, but I must admit I'll probably click over. What is the game tonight? Is it Birmingham tonight?
Tonight is the Birmingham Stallions against the Michigan Panthers.
So Alex Magoo versus
Bryce Perkins,
Bryce Perkins, and hopefully not what's his name? Who's the backup quarterback they were putting in there last week?
Donkey Schuessler. What the hell's his name?
Mike. What is Mike Nolan's problem?
If he makes,
okay, well, whatever, man. They just need to leave Perkins in there. So the UFL had 675,000 viewers for its opening Friday night game last week. That was their best ratings of the whole weekend of all 4 games. Will that be the highest ratings of the season?
No, it won't. I think that there'll be a game this weekend that beats it.
During basketball?
Yes.
What?
Sunday is pretty open. So I'm going to go Sunday nightcap, Brahmas Battlehawks on Sunday night, FS1, 6:30 p.m. That's going to be the game that beats it already.
It's going to be a boring game, man. The Battlehawks are going to just rout those Brahmas.
Beat the hell out of them.
The Brahmas are bad. The Battlehawks look like a good team.
Yep. You're going to get the Battlehawks are going to be the team that they got to pick up some energy here, go towards a title. I think the Battlehawks are going to, drop a 35-40 burger on them, and you're going to get some good Sunday night football this weekend. So,
yeah. All right. It's tip off right now. You can email us, fwfemails@gmail.com. You can find us on X at Alex Dunlap, at Cody Carpentier. We're here every day, usually from 6 to 7 p.m. when Texas is not in the Final Four. We'll be back on Monday for the regularly scheduled show. Please like the show. Please subscribe to the channel. If you are watching this show for the first time, just come back and watch it again. And if you've watched the show for a while and you do like the show, send it to a friend. Help us help the show grow. We love you guys, man. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Lady Longhorns tonight. Hope to get a win over South Carolina. Love y'all. We'll see you soon. Be safe. For Cody, I'm Alex. We're done.